With Star Trek Discovery's fifth and final premiere coming up this week, as well as Star Trek's First Contact Day the day afterwards on the 5th, and a chance for fans to become a part of a Dungeons & Dragons charity live stream event with a special bonus volume of the Star Trek Void, where I try to fill in the gaps between new episodes with news, information, and hopefully a little entertainment. And as per usual, I'm starting with birthdays because there's a few. StarTrekMovie.com shares, "We wish a happy birthday to Marina Sirtis, who played Counselor Deanna Troi on Star Trek TNG, then on Voyager, Enterprise, Lower Decks, and in 4 movies, and is playing her again in Star Trek Picard's 3rd season here. Live long and prosper, and a lot of happy birthday wishes there for her." And a happy birthday from TrekMovie.com. Also, happy birthday to Trisha O'Neill, a longtime Star Trek fan who was diving with James Cameron when she learned she was up for the role of Rachel Garrett in Star Trek TNG's Yesterday's Enterprise. She was also Karak in Suspicions and Corinus in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode Defiant. Next up, we have another happy birthday from StarTrekMovie.com. Happy birthday to Jacqueline Kim, who played Ensign Demora Sulu, daughter of Hikaru Sulu in Star Trek Generations. Yes, this was the first time we were introduced to the fact that Sulu had a family, a daughter, and of course in the reboot he again has a daughter much younger, and we get to see his family as well. And another young lady we enjoyed meeting, this one also again TrekMovie.com on the ball. Happy birthday to Marley McLean, who played Mozadi in 5 episodes of Star Trek Voyager. I liked this little kid. She was adorable. And I was sad to see all 3 of the youngsters go at the same time, but I really did enjoy this actress. And our final birthday here is a very happy 97th birthday to William Daniels, who was the voice of the allocator in the Star Trek Voyager episode Critical Care. Really, really good episode. And not a happy shining light on the state of medical care. But yeah, that was a really good episode and a familiar face, even though we actually never saw him. At least he's familiar to me. Is he familiar to you? Let me know where you know William from, okay? And not a birthday, but yes, we will be celebrating Star Trek First Contact Day, the day after we see that premiere for Discovery, and more about that here in a second. But yes, this one is shared by Fleet Admiral Sherwood. Star Trek First Contact Day, April 5th, is almost here, celebrating the day we met the Vulcans. Live long and prosper. And yeah, who could forget? That was an incredible movie. First Contact, probably one of the best made Star Trek films. I know people are going to fight with me on this and say it's Khan or The Voyage Home or something. They'll come up with something. But this one, I think, was really well put together from beginning to end, taking some great already known elements and throwing in some kind of wacky twists. So yes, we will be celebrating in some way, shape, or form Star Trek First Contact Day. Tell me below, are you going to be watching a particular episode, this movie? How do you do First Contact Day right in your house? And while we're in a celebrating mood, yes, StarTrekMovie.com. Boy, oh boy, they've been on the ball this week. I should play this up a bit. Those Old Scientists and Subspace Rhapsody are both nominated for Hugo Awards. Reading the meme here, Star Trek Strange New Worlds picks up 2 Hugo Award nominations. Details at TrekMovie.com. There you can find the full list of nominations and in their category as well. I'm particularly worried that they're up against Doctor Who. I really enjoyed Doctor Who this year, especially those specials. Those were really good. See what we've got next here. This one is shared by the Scorch 1701, an enterprising constitutional from beginning to end. A lot of hashtags on this one, all about Star Trek's favorite ship, the Enterprise. And yeah, this is a great piece of art. I do like to feature a little bit of art every time that I see something interesting, hopefully each video, and this one was a good one. And what I've got next for us is Star Trek merch. If you're like me, I like to have some collectibles to show off your fandom love, and this has quite a few new pieces for those of us who like a little music, like a little shows, like our figurines. First up are some posters made by a UK-based Vice Press, and these are original series posters. Price is going to be around $55, and I do like this style. It's a little more modern than you would have seen at the time, and yet it seems to hold on to the classic look really well. Next up is XO Row. XO6 has unveiled another Star Trek Next Generation character. According to this article, it is $195 and available until April 9th as a pre-order through XO6 and pre-order at Entertainment Earth. More fun Subspace Rhapsody information along with a Hugo Award. They are being honored with vinyl, apparently. No, well, not honored. I think if you get put on vinyl, it is kind of an honor these days. Subspace Rhapsody on vinyl. Pre-order is already sold out, according to this. So you may have to wait a little while before you get it. We kind of had the same problem with the Lower Decks pop figures. I'm still waiting for my Badgie. I got my order in a little too late. Everybody else is here, but no Badgie. So you may have to wait a bit, but yeah, you might want that Subspace Rhapsody on vinyl. Now, I shared this particular book last week. It is already available for pre-order on Amazon in hardcover, but this is supposed to be the reveal or part of the reveal for the artwork in the front cover. Again, really, really good. I'm looking forward to reading this book, and you can go ahead and pre-order Open a Channel, A Woman's Trek by Nana Visitor on Amazon. We're not quite at the end here, but out this week, Echoes Comic Collection. IDW Star Trek The Motion Picture Echoes Collection was released on March 26th in paperback and Kindle ebook. And I am reading this word for word. Please do not credit me with these words. You can order now at Amazon or from a local bookstore at bookshop.org. That is actually really nice artwork. I'm enjoying that. And last, and probably most likely out of this collection to end up on my shelf, Bargain of the Week, Little TOS People for $14. I've actually seen these collections like at my grocery store. Although I think the Pez Dispenser collection was probably the last one I saw that was on a really crazy sale. But Amazon has Little People Collector's Star Trek Special Edition set for 46% off, just $13.99. So if you're just getting your collection started, this might be a fun place to start. And you too, could you have your very own silly collection of, well, Spock actually looks more angry in this one than just logical. And Kirk is grinning for some silly reason. Uhura looks very happy. I enjoy Uhura's look on this. Okay, so these are some great ways to get started on your collection while you wait for the Season 5 premiere. Yes, the final season of Discovery is this close to being on our screens. Preview Star Trek Discovery's Season 5 premiere with new Red Directive and Under the Twin Moons images. So let's go take a look and see what we've got here that maybe we haven't seen 15 times on trailers. And yeah, never mind. Now, while I will link this article, I will tell you right now, so far it doesn't look like there's anything in here that we haven't already heard or talked about on this channel several times. But let's take a look at this new picture of Saru. All right, now I'm blanking on the second piece of jewelry or a brooch on that other side. Does that signify the planet of origin, or is that marking that he's yet another captain on a ship with way too many captains? Or what is that? Anybody remembers, please let me know. This image, it does look like it's the part of that action sequence where she may be getting ready to, she is riding on the ship. You can kind of see the stars here flying by. Everything's at an angle. So I think this is when she's surfing on the ship. That was an interesting look for the first time it was revealed. All right, and here we have our new villains, at least for the first episode or two. We do know Star Trek likes to hype up the villain, and then half the time it ends up not being the actual villain. So we've got from the left to right, Elias Tufo as Locke and Eve Harlow as Maul. I do know Eve Harlow from the show 100 that was on the WB years ago, and actually just rewatched a little bit. She was, I believe, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but Jasper's love interest in Mount Weatherly. Just let me know if I'm wrong on there. But yeah, we've got some evilness happening here. And then we have down to business captain look here. We are looking at the view screen. Looks like something serious is happening, but nothing really unexpected in this image. Now here is the wide view of what I think that image above is, because it looks like, she's going by, although it was probably taken at a different angle. At least the effects were at a different angle. But yeah, she's surfing on a spaceship. And yet another look at our new bad guys. There they are. I don't know, in what? Cloaks? What are we talking? Ponchos of some sort? I enjoy a good poncho. They're handy. Yes, and yet another scene where we borrowed some Star Wars stuff and repainted it. Here we've got some speeders going on, and I'm guessing that Jedi are chasing her. No. We've seen the speeders. We've also seen our new captain riding a speeder. So there could be some speeders involved in maybe just one episode, but at least a few times. Some fun effects to be done. Then we can all compare who did it best, Star Wars or Star Trek. And we continue with the photos. One of my favorite new characters, Adira. Do want to see what happens to them as the story unfolds. We've got Gray now, so they've got their boyfriend. I would love to see this grow and see how they change as this final season proceeds. Everybody's favorite new Admiral, Admiral Vance, having a chat with Burnham. She doesn't look like she's in trouble. They're just having a discussion. In fact, he looks like he might be a little worried. Another new image here that tells us kind of what's coming. We are now down to the second episode images, I believe. So yeah, the story is progressing. Oh, now I like that picture. Very, very serious, very business-like. We've got two captains here. This is our new one, Keith Rennie as Raynor, it says below. And we've been having some fun guessing exactly what species, what races he may be. Of course, in the future, it's exceedingly common to have a multiple cultural background. So I'm very interested to see what his background is and, what other updates we will get about cultures. We've gotten to meet quite a few in Discovery. Let's see if we see any of old friends and see how they've proceeded. Because let's face it, the Vulcans and Romulans becoming friends, reunification actually happening. That was a cool storyline. Let's see what else happens to some of our well-known races. And one last one of Doug Jones as Saru. In his quarters. I always do love his quarters because they're his home. And so he has made it as natural as he can in a very synthetic world. Now, again, this article did not have a bunch of new reveals in it, but it is worth a read if you want to kind of review what you've learned so you aren't quite as surprised with what you'll see or confused with what you see coming up this Thursday. Gosh, that's soon. Oh, boy. Now, if you watch any of my Outlander videos, you know I love to share any of videos from the stars, anything that's personalized. And so Kitty and Armin released this having to do with the upcoming Long Island convention. Again, this one is shared by Trek Long Island. It says, big alert, Kitty and Armin are coming to Star Trek Long Island, New York on the 31st to June 2nd. We are both looking forward to meeting new friends and visiting with old acquaintances. And it's not just us. If you can attend, please do. It promises to be great fun. Let's take a look and see what they say.
Hi, I'm Armin Shimmerman.
And I'm Kitty Swink.
And we're actors from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I played Quark.
You only played one part?
One part. One role.
Well, I played two. I played LaWarren and Roseanne in a couple of games. But...
Show off. So, we're coming to Star Trek Long Island on May the 31st, and we'll be there until June the 2nd in Hopage, New York. Have I said that right? Hopage?
Whatever.
Go to www.treklongisland.com. Maybe you'll find out how to say the city's name. Anyway, we'll hope you'll come. We'll talk. We'll laugh. We can talk about lots of things. We can talk about Star Trek, anything you want to know. We can talk about Buffy. We can talk about my books. We can talk about my marriage.
Our marriage. It's our marriage.
It is our marriage.
We can talk about our charity, PanCan.
Please come. Come to Hopage, and we'll see you there.
Bye.
I did love that video, that recording there. Yeah, we talked about the pancreatic cancer charity going on in my last video. This one we are talking about just a good old convention. Both of them you get to hear him chat and possibly ask questions and find out all about Buffy, well, or Star Trek if you happen to be into that kind of a thing. These two are so funny together. I really enjoy it. Share that. So if you can check it out, go ahead. I've got one more very cool way that you can interact with the actors coming up here. And that is this, a chance to play Dungeons and Dragons, I believe, with Todd Stashwick, Jonathan Frakes, Deborah Well, Michelle Hurd, and Will Wheaton. This one is shared by Michelle Hurd. I'm going forces with Pavlov to fight childhood cancer. Want to join me in a live stream playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends? Go here and bid on a seat. Bidding is now live. And yes, I'm going to take you to that bidding page here in just a minute. But I do want to share this page, what it looks like, the poster that comes with it. It says Todd Stashwick's Nerd Circus presents. And if you are familiar with that, then you know what Todd Stashwick's Nerd Circus is. Legends of Elnora Zephyr Against the Mist. And this event will be taking place on Saturday, April 20th. So you've got a couple of weeks until it happens. However, the bidding only goes on for, I believe, another week. Let's go take a look at that page. All right, this is the page I wanted you to see so you could see exactly what you're in for here. Time left. We have got 7 days, 3 hours and 7 minutes, or well, those minutes are going to go by as I'm recording. And by the time this is playing, it's going to be down to 6 days and like 19 hours. The current bid is already at $5,250. That is fantastic for children's cancer. Yay. The estimate was going to be $2,500. I got to tell you, they seem to have gone past that. So let's see here what we've got for images real quick. Of course, we've got the original poster there in a slightly condensed form. Picture of Todd. That is the, I'm going to guess he's going to do Dungeon Master. He very much enjoys being Dungeon Master. Let's see. Jonathan Frakes, we know him. Michelle Hurd, our very own Rafi. And honestly, I'm having a blank. Please go ahead and tell me below why I'm blanking and how I ought to know her. She looks very familiar, but I cannot place her for some reason. And Will Wheaton, I can always place him. So again, double check this out. I will include this bidding page below. That way you have the best chance you can have to get in on the bidding. If you are a Dungeons and Dragons player, why not play with some great celebrities? And I can literally attest that 4 out of 5 of these people are just fantastic to have a chat with. Playing a game with them would have to be ridiculously awesome. And that is all I have for this very special bonus edition of the Star Trek Void. Thanks so much for joining me. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this kind of content. Also hit that notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. Be aware that I do talk about Outlander, Star Trek, and eventually other stuff. I just need to actually get myself on a good schedule. Also this Wednesday, there will be a very special channel video with some announcements as I celebrate this channel's 2nd birthday. Yes, I've been around for 2 whole years. I'm going to have a little cupcake and everything. I'll also be sharing some information and announcements. When it comes to upcoming conventions, the one I would really like to be able to get to is going to be in August. That is Star Trek Las Vegas. However, unless I happen to really take off on this channel or have a couple $1,000s drop in my lap by August, it's probably not going to happen. So wish me luck. Let's all hope that this becomes more popular. So wish me luck. Like the video. Share if you think other people might enjoy it. And go ahead and check out any of these videos if you want more Trek content, and I will see you there.